Is this thing on? uh, what's up, guys? It's SamSam. Back with another video, I guess. It's been a little while since I've posted, but I think this is the year. I said that last year, and it wasn't. But I'm feeling pretty rejoiced. Feeling really rejuvenated. What other words could I use to describe my feelings for what I want to do for this season? But I just have this different idea in mind about what kind of content I want to make and stuff. I've done so much coaching over the past 4 months, through Fiverr and then through people personally. After, you know, we connected through Fiverr and they became like regular clients, I guess. And, you know, I don't want to do the same boring shit. I'm not going to make like highlight clip videos. I'm going to make my content what I want it to be, and that's going to be like pseudo educational stuff, you know, about top lane, about the season, about different patches, things that get buffed, nerfed, whatever it is. So, you know, that's my goal, and that's what I'm gonna do. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go over preseason 12 stuff that's new, stuff I think is strong, what I think we should be looking out for in the upcoming season. So yeah, I guess without further ado, guys, let's get into the video.
Fucking clip it! Oh, let's go.
All right, guys, so I got a little presentation for us to go over. It's like 8 slides, I think. You know, I jotted some stuff down from the patch notes, just some quick little different bullet points, things I'm going to go over, things that I want to go into more detail about, I will. And we're just going to go over the patch and what I think is going to be upcoming for the preseason and my thoughts, you know, heading into season 12. So let's get into it. So the new stuff we're going to go over: runes, new rune that got added, the rune that got removed, and some runes that got changed, different dragons, the different rifts that come with the dragons, items that got changed, items that got added, and the objective bounties, which we will get into, but that's going to be a headache in itself to go over. So Omnistone, it's no more. That rune was pretty shit for a whole year, and they just didn't do anything about it. They didn't, you know, even hint that, you know, they're going to add something new even during the season. They just kind of let it ride out and be bad for a year. And, you know, now we have this new rune called First Strike, which I've tested out a bit. I've tested on GP. Any new rune that comes out with GP about getting gold, I have to test out. But it seems like it has high value into melee trading matchups. The matchup I played it against, I laned against a Vlad, and it wasn't too good. But I think against things that you can initiate trades on, like Rivens and Fioras, Yasuo's, Sets, Darius, things that have to walk into the wave to farm, not things that can farm from distance like Jace or Kennen. I definitely think First Strike could be valuable in, you know, escalating, you know, getting more gold quickly so that you can buy your Sheen, buy your either Triforce or Essence Reaver, get your items faster than they can without having to kill them. I still think Grasp is a fine rune for GP. I'm pretty sure it's going to have, you know, a better win rate than First Strike will for a while, just because people are going to be using First Strike and trying to, you know, hard trade with it and then getting themselves killed in doing so because they want gold. But I think it has some value, and I'm sure there's plenty of other champs that are going to value it that, you know, I'm not even aware of just yet. But I definitely think that this is a much better direction for a inspiration rune than Omnistone ever was. And then they changed up Glacial Augment and Lethal Tempo. Glacial Augment, as we know, with the removal of slowing items, it became pretty bad to use with no, you know, Twin Shadows. You know, champs like Nico and Ari and you know, that loved that item and loved GLP originally it was, didn't use this anymore because there are not that many good slowing items. But now it works on immobilizations from your character. So I think this could be like the return of Nico, the return of, you know, these champions that have CC that they want to layer then with slows, especially because they added multiple slowing fields that also reduce the damage of the people inside them. So I definitely think Glacial Augment could have, you know, a different place, you know, and it could benefit champs like Nico. So I honestly think it could be pretty good. And then fucking lethal tempo, man. This new lethal tempo, I don't know, dude. So it now has no delay for the ramp up, but what it does is that you just get constant attack speed that caps out at 6 stacks, and then once you get to 6 stacks, you gain bonus range on your autos. I've seen some crazy clips of level 1 all-ins from like Darius and Gwen, but I think this is crazy for champs that like lethal tempo in bot lane that felt like they couldn't trade as easily, like Kog'Maw or Twitch, because it just ramps up instantly. You can just ramp it and you don't have to wait for the delay to get the attack speed. So I think this could be crazy. And obviously, you know, like I said, Gangplank, Nico, and Kog'Maw, I honestly think that these different runes could bring back some champions that are a little bit more niche. And obviously GP's not as niche, but you know, he's got such a default playstyle with Grasp, but I think First Strike could, you know, bring him back in a different way. And then obviously the new dragons. So you got the Hextech Dragon and the Chemtech Dragon, obviously from Arcane. If you guys aren't keeping up, honestly, what are you doing? I mean, like, for any of us, we must know that Arcane's probably one of the best things that Riot's put out in God knows how long. So we got the Hextech Dragon, Chemtech Dragon. So the Hextech Dragon, I'll go over its soul first. I have the buff listed first. So the soul is kind of like Old Static Shiv. It's this chain lightning slow on your next auto or ability. It's going to bounce up to 3 targets. And it deals true damage, which is absolutely juicy. The Rift opens up hex gates on the map, allows you to travel to different locations. I think there's 4 that open up, 2 on each side. Maybe it's more than that, but I think it's 4. But I think the buffs are a little by themselves. Like, if you only get one of these dragons, either the Hextech or the Chemtech one, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But if you stack them, and it's like the Soul Dragon, I think that's when it becomes powerful. That's why I think the buff doesn't matter too much for either one. Same thing, so I'll go over the Soul for the Chemtech, right? It's the zombie, you know, second life upon death. The thing that I didn't read about it or know about it at first, after I was playing against it, is that the characters are squishier, deal less damage, but they just have like a burst of movement speed that I think is decaying or something like that. So even though I thought they were like exact replicas of what they are before after they die, but they're not. They're squishier, they're weaker. So even though it's a second life, it's not as scary as it seems. The Rift, the gas zones, I mean, this is just assassin happiness right here. You know, a jungle that is just one giant Akali Shroud. You know, I think if you're an assassin jungler and this is the Rift you get, that it can open up so many different things for you. You know, sweeping out vision and then camping different spots in the jungle. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And then the buff, you know, 5% bonus damage against enemies with more HP. It's whatever. Like, it's just bonus damage, right? It's not that hard to understand, but so it doesn't do anything crazy. All right, and we got hella new items. Absolutely, so many. So 3 of these are mage items. Or no, 2 of them are mage items. One of them's a support item. One of them's a assassin, lethality, AD assassin item. And the other one's a tank item that I kind of want to touch on a little bit, Winter's Approach. Alright, Crown of the Shattered Queen. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you could read all the details about them through the patch notes if you want. I'll leave them linked down in the description. But Crown of the Shattered Queen, it's just once you take an instance of damage, you take reduced damage for a certain amount of time. It's good against, you know, assassins that have clear damage that they're going to do to you that, you know, can't break this shield that you have. Obviously, it's not like an HP shield, it's a damage reduction shield. It's got a slight cooldown. The cooldown doesn't reset if you stay in combat, so, you know, you can get it again even while laning or fighting or anything like that, which is very good. I think it has, you know, spots for immobile mages that really need it, but depending on team comps, like, you know, Ludens, Leandries are such staples because they offer so much. I think it could be, it's niche. I don't think it'll be like a definite I have to pick this item sort of thing. Even Shroud, support damage buff. Basically, if you immobilize or get immobilized yourself, it causes your teammates, I think it says to repent as a description. And it just causes, I think, whoever did that to you or whoever you did that to take more damage from your teammates. You know, it's good for tank supports clearly. Leona, Braum, Alistar, things like this. Shadow Flame is another AP item. More magic pen versus more HP. It's, you know, sort of tank buster, but not really, because I think it's just current HP. So maybe I think it's a percent value. Let me double check actually, because I don't want to lie to you guys. We're doing this live, boys. We're not cutting anything. Let's see. So it is damage to champions, benefits from magic pen based on target's current health. Okay. So, yeah, it's just a current health value, not a percent. So if they have 1,000 to 2,500 HP, that you get more pen. So, you know, bruiser, tank, buster-esque, but more magic pen, you know, for champions that have, you know, do upfront damage on someone when someone's high HP that they don't benefit from someone being lower HP to do more damage, like a Zerath or something. Pretty good. Axiom Arc, I mean, I haven't used this fucking item if I'm being honest with you, but you know, it's gonna be for Zed and Talon. I mean, you know, AD assassin, lethality user that benefits from having their ult more. I mean, it's gonna be pretty niche. Maybe Kiana as well, but I mean, we'll just have to see how it develops as the preseason goes on, as the new season starts, stuff like that. And then Winter's Approach. So this is a tank item. It gives only HP and mana. But in the patch notes, right, it says that slowing effects only for melee. I'm pretty sure what caused you to get the shield, right, after it upgrades from tiers. This is a tier item. But immobilizing also does it. And what I thought about was, what champion loves HP and mana and also has immobilizing in their kit? And baby boys, that's gonna be Rise. I don't know if this is definitely a Rise item, but I want to do some testing with this shit and see if this is a Rise item, because I mean, HP, flat HP mana, like, Rise loves just being beefier and scaling with mana, so I think that this could fit somewhere in a Rise build. So I'm going to do some testing. It might be shit and I might be smiling for no reason. I have no idea, but I'm kind of excited to test it out, if I'm being 100% honest. Alright, and here's, you know, little mage item overhaul that we got. You know, quick, dirty rundown. It's not going to be complicated. Everfrost, a little bit cheaper, a little bit of a weaker mythic passive. It's just to make it more competitive with other items so that, you know, more people will build it. Demonic Embrace, they're trying to make it more bruiser-esque. You know, they want it to be built more for the AP bruiser. I think their idea behind it is not just champs like Mord, but also champs like Diana. But the problem with Diana right now is that she isn't a bruiser. Like, she just is a burst mage. So I don't see many other champions other than like Mordekaiser running this right now. But it has less AP, more HP, and you gain bonus HP as AP. Archangels, new passive, no longer just gain AP with mana. Now it's haste. And this is for the Spellweavers. This is going to be, you know, Rise, your maybe even still your Oriana because she uses a lot of spells. But they want to remove. They're trying to separate this from being the can I get as much AP as possible, like a champion like Syndra using this. Like they don't want that. They want it to be a champion that's sort of like a dueling mage, Cassiopeia, stuff like that, that throw out a lot of abilities. Cosmic Drive's new passive is just like Phase Rush. No longer just gives you movement speed and haste based on AP. Now if you hit a character with 3 different abilities, you gain basically movement speed. It's Phase Rush, but in an item. Why is my brain blanking on this item's name? I built this item that little? Oh my gosh. What is it called? The Horizon Focus. Jesus Christ. Horizon Focus. It has less AP. It has HP in it now, and the passive works on slows. It's not really that much different. It costs the same. It goes from 115 AP to 85. I don't think that's good. So, White Staff, 5 less AP for 5% more pen. I mean, just could be a whatever change. Could be game breaking. I mean, we'll see how much that 5% pen matters because magic resist is so hard to build, and that's why people love flat AP right now. And I've loved it all year, all season 11. And then Thorn's Ring's different. Now you restore mana passively, and when you are in combat with a champion, the mana restoration value goes up. It's okay, I think still. It's just a fucking Doran's item, it's nothing crazy. Alright, our lethality item changes. Duskblade, Eclipse, Prowler's Claw, all got 100 gold off of their total value. And got their passives slightly buffed. More damage. Eclipse has a shorter cooldown. Yeah, Duskblade deals more damage. Prowler's Claw slightly buffed as well. And this is to compete with, drumroll, the most broken fucking lethality item in the game for I don't know how long. How Ghostblade got away with being 2,900 gold baffles me, but it is now 3k. They're trying to make, obviously, the mythics more competitive with a legendary item, and the fact that they even have to do that clearly means that the legendary item is too strong. So either buff the mythics or nerf the legendary. They did both. So we'll see if Ghostblade still is just that item to build, but I think if they only had changed the gold, Ghostblade would still be being built, but because they changed the passives as well on the mythics, I think they will be built first now. And now, creme de la creme, favorite part of the video that we're going to talk about. These fucking objective bounties. I shit you not, guys. This might be one of the dumbest fucking things that I have seen in this game, because these are not small gold values, and I'll tell you the problem. The problem is that is not 250, divided by 5 for an outer tower. That's not 400 divided by 5. That's not 500 divided by 5. That's 250 gold to each person, because there's nowhere in here that it states, that it's divided. And from what I was seeing in my games, everybody is getting that gold. Like, that's 250 times 5, man. That's not a little amount of gold. I could be wrong, but fuck me, I didn't feel like it. I'm trying to read through the notes right now. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the objective bounties just feel insane. I was playing with my friend and I said, hey, I'm about to cash in a subjective bounty. Tell me how much gold you get. And I got 250 and he got 250, and I was like, I don't know, that seems kind of crazy. And the reason I think this is a big problem, the biggest one, is the third point I make. Trading sides feels bad for the winning team. Like, that fucking sucks, man. When you're trading sides as the losing team, the whole idea is that you're trying to claw back into the game in some way. Take an outer tower, just break open the map a little bit. But to be trading sides like that and winning off of it, like to trade an outer tower bot for like my team's inner tower mid and like we cash out from that, that's bonkers to me. I really think what they should do is reward the individual who, you know, if it's 3 people that slay the rift or whatever, sure, like reward them, but like don't reward the whole team. Don't reward the whole team for whoever takes an outer tower. Like just reward the person. The fact that it rewards the team feels crazy, man. And I really don't think that they should be available the whole time. Like, imagine if turret plates were available the whole time and they became easier to take the later the game went on. I think these bounties need a time limit, like 25 minutes or something. Like, they're gone. No more. Because I'm seeing 32 minutes in, people are taking objective bounties, and all of a sudden, somebody that you were way ahead of and now has an item, and you're like, dude, I fucking crushed this guy. How does he have this item now? It feels insane, feels too forgiving. I think if you want to solve it, you got to reward the individual more than the team, and that'll make it at least a little bit more fair and, you know, balanced for the winning team, in my opinion. So yeah, these are my closing thoughts about it. For the team that is losing, at least, I think these objective bounties are going to make the unwinnable games feel winnable. Like, you're going to see that gold sitting on the map and you'll be like, dude, if we can just get 2 towers and steal like a dragon, oh my god, we're 3k back in the game. Like, you're going to feel good about losing games. Or not losing games, but like games that are in a losing state, you'll be like, oh, we could fucking win them still. My opinion on the dragons is that they're just kind of meh. The buffs on by themselves are just kind of meh. If they're stacked, I think they're crazy. Like, if you get 3 Hextech drags, that seems kind of insane. And the souls seem good, but they don't seem game breaking, and that I like. I like when things get out of the game and I don't feel like it's gonna turn the game on its fucking head. And then here's the biggest thing, I think, with changes to items. Riot's trying to push the classes away from each other in terms of what items they build. One of the things that we all suffered through last season is assassins building bruiser mythics, and that shit is dreadful. When a Talon builds Gore Drinker, Conqueror, has 3k HP and one-shots my fucking backline, like, that is dreadful. Riot wants to separate the classes in terms of items. They don't want Talons being beefy and still one-shotting. I think some item changes can do that, and some new items will allow, you know, if things get broken or something's OP, you know, allow you to kind of weave your way through the game still until Riot fixes it. And I think some of the new items will allow you to kind of build more to your character's archetype rather than feeling like you're forced to build an item just because it's OP. And allow you to kind of, you know, adapt your build to what you need in the game. It's one of the things that, you know, people love about Dota. I haven't played much Dota. I've played maybe 80 hours, but I played with some friends. I have friends that are really good at it. And I know that, you know, the items in that game, because they're so specific to different things, that it can be very valuable and it can feel very rewarding to build items. Whereas in League, it doesn't really feel like that. It just kind of feels like I need this item because it's the strongest item. Like, I need Death Cap because if I don't have Death Cap, this guy's going to build it and he's going to deal more damage than me. I know they don't want that. They want people to have, you know, to be able to build items for different reasons in the game. So I think if they can get to that state, it would be very beneficial. But, you know, other than that, guys, you know, I just am going to be playing more, testing a bunch of stuff out, and, you know, if I have more things that I think are going to be valuable in knowing, I mean, I'm not going to be shy to share them. I will be right back here. I'm going to try to put out, you know, 1 to 2 videos a week about different League related topics, different things that I just want to talk about, and different educational content that I want to put out there. So I hope you guys are, you know, enjoyed this first step of that journey with me. You know, I had a great time making this presentation, going over it with you. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. And other than that, I will make sure to catch you guys here in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.